Hi, Jim Van Zant, one of the pastors here, Carlisle United Methodist Church, Sermon in 3 minutes. Thanks for tuning in. I had an opportunity a short time ago to talk to Marine Staff Sergeant Jessica Murphy about her work as a Marine Corps recruiter. She just finished a tour doing that, and I asked her, how do you get people to sign up for the Marine Corps? I mean, how do you get people to sign up for a life of discomfort and hardship, and a life that may possibly even ask you your life? She responded, most people who sign up for the Marine Corps are looking for some of the intangibles, confidence of self, courage. They're looking for direction, guidance, or even to be able to defend the country. She said, when it comes to giving your life, she said, you either are willing to sacrifice or you're not. She said, sometimes she doesn't have to work very hard at all with those kinds of people. Well, that's exactly the kind of people Jesus was looking for when he was going through his 3-year earthly ministry. Early on in the book of Luke, there's a story of 3 recruits, 3 people who wanted to sign on and be part of the mission that Jesus was about. Jesus was gaining in popularity. People liked what they were hearing, and some people just came up and wanted to be part of his group. The first recruit had an awful lot of zeal, but Jesus cautions him by saying, you don't even know where I'm going. You don't know anything that I'm about. I appreciate your excitement, but you don't know what I'm about. This world is not my home. I have no place to lay my head, is one of the famous phrases he shares with that recruit, meaning this world is not my home. And that's a great reminder for us as Christians. This world is not our home. So we shouldn't be surprised when we face opposition in this world, when people of the world don't understand us and our motivations, when we're taken advantage of, when we're spoke ill of. All those things should not be a surprise. The second recruit says to Jesus, Jesus, I want to be part of this thing, but just let me go bury my father. That sounds like a reasonable request to you and I. Gone 3-4 days, boom, right back, ready to go. But we don't understand the burial practices back in ancient Near East, particularly the Jewish practices. Yes, they were to bury within 24 hours, but then there was a prescribed 30-day period of mourning where you do nothing but mourn. You can't even take care of the affairs of the deceased. And following that, in the burial, they would wait a year, dig up the remaining bones, put them in a stone box called an ossuary, and then permanently bury them. So what the man was actually saying to Jesus, I might be gone a year. I might be gone a little bit longer than that, but then, Jesus, I'll be ready to do this thing. Jesus tells him, no, you can't do that. It's a question of priorities in life. You know, a lot of us think, we'll follow Jesus later. We're going to wait till the kids are gone. We'll wait till we're retired. We're going to wait till we have more time. And then I'm going to get serious about this church thing in our lives. That's just not the way life works. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring in our lives, any one of us. So to be part of what Jesus is calling us to is an urgent call. We sometimes forget that. We think we can delay it. We really can't delay it. The third recruit makes what we would call a reasonable request as well. He wants to say goodbye to his family. Jesus poo-poos that, and he gives this kind of strange story about a farmer planting seeds and not looking back, and it seems strange to our ears, but really he's talking about, if a farmer's planting seeds in a field, he doesn't look back to see where the plow was. He always looks ahead. His focus is at the end of the row. Doesn't look left or right. That's also a lesson for us. We have to keep our eyes focused on Jesus. That is the goal. That is the one that we follow. We conform our lives to his life. You know, this coming Thursday is the 4th of July, and that makes me think of the patriots for this country. You know, every one of those patriots, every one of those persons that signed on the dotted line in the Declaration of Independence knew that if their efforts fail, they'd all swing at the end of an English rope. Now, we won't suffer those kinds of consequences, but it does show the cost of discipleship and following Jesus. How good are you at following Jesus? Thanks for tuning in, Sermon in 3 minutes.